Five, four, three, two, one. YouTubers and friends, welcome to Razz Coins and Collectibles with Ed, Marvin. Thanks for the super chat. Where'd that come in? Right there. Doggone OBS. Hey everybody, how are all of you doing tonight? Outdoor More, good to see you. Careless Whispers, hello, hello, hello. Digging Times Past, hello. Bold Lion, good to see you. Jason, good to see you. Hobo Rob, howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Eric Carter, good to see you. Music Man Mark Miller, Mark's Asylum, good to see you. Didn't mean to pull anyone away from Adventures with Swifties live stream with my friend Shane from Ohio River History. But, you know, I did knock it back an hour as it is. At camp, huh? Well, glad you're here, Eric. Say hi to Miles. Jeff Otworth, hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. It is a surprise appearance from you. Been a while. Been a while. Yes, I did. Rob, yes, I did. Yes, I did, and sorry I didn't do it live this time like I did the last time. But I was getting sick of it. I was getting a lot of headaches, and I thought it was time to donate. And that's why I was growing it in the first place. So some little one will be getting some hair from yours truly from Wigs for Kids. Don't do locks for love. I donated to them before and found out they charge the patients for the wigs they make. Were Wigs for Kids out of Ohio. I forget what city in Ohio. But they do it free. Takes about, what was it, 30 ponytails or some number like that, 30 to 40 ponytails. But when I did it by myself, I could only get one tail, and then I'm shaving it here in my studio during live stream. This girl where I got it cut, nice gal. What's the salon's name? Forget the salon's name. It's right down the street. But she had me looking like I had two ponytails here, one here, or I had four altogether. I kind of looked kind of weird with four tails out because I wanted her to get the most she could to send it to Wigs for Kids. So that's what I did. And I don't know if I'm going to go through that again. I want to do the same thing with mine. So if anyone wants some ginger hair, you can have at least a foot. Yes, Rob, Wigs for Kids. Wigs for Kids. Uh, they they give the recipient they give the person the wig where Locks for Love, they take your donations, and but they charge for the wigs. which is outrageous in my book. Um, I, but hey, it is they can do what they want. It's their organization, but that's why I do not donate to Locks for Love, and that's why I donate to Wigs for Kids. I might do it again. Think it took 4.5 years to grow it long enough. Skipper, the new Miss Maniac, how you doing? Good to see you, sir. Aaron, gold is where you find it. Great to see you. Speaking of the numismatic, as you could tell by the title, Red's Coins and Collectibles. You can call me Red. I am a strawberry blonde, but the name Red's Coins and Collectibles comes from my father, the one who gave me wanderlust, the love of travel, the love of history, and my love for coins, currencies, tokens, and collectibles in general. My dad was a very well known token collector on the West Coast, especially in the California circuit. He was a Southern California Anaheim historian. Um, Great all around guy for a football jock. Um, Great guy, great dad, and that's where Reds comes from. That was his nickname. I'll answer to it. People call me Red all the time. Um, Careless has a stalker in Aaron, huh? But I have a beautiful MS Morgan dollar. It's an 1880 New Orleans mint, beautiful condition. It's bare minimal MS-62 books. Might be different, you know. The if you go to NGC or um, PCGS, it's kind of like the stock market and the price of silver and stuff. The values can fluctuate throughout the year and stuff. But last time I looked before the live stream, uh, this coin was 150-ish value. Um, I could say if you got the right grader, because all graders aren't equal, they all look at different things and stuff. It could even get MS-63, MS-64, and then the value of it goes up tremendous. I could show those later when I zip over to my other studio. Um, right now, I'm just in the shed talking to you. Here in a little bit, I'll head over to the Reds Coins and Collectibles studio and put it under a microscope, let you look at it. It's a beautiful coin. It has common contact marks in it from being in money bags and stuff, but it's still a beautiful coin. Goof thing, I didn't answer. Too busy here watching Flash. I can I can be following you when you are video calling right now. Hmm. Okay, I'm not gonna get into that any deeper. Ah, here, I'll head over to the other set. Give me a second. And this might take a couple of live streams, might not. But as soon as we get enough to take care of my investment, then we'll roll. And I might even throw in a little dirt. We'll make the package a bit heavier. But I have a bag of concentrates right here. They are dredge concentrates. They are search concentrates. So all the easy gold is out of them, but there could very well be other golds in there. But there's authentic native artifacts, arrowheads and stuff. They're broken hearts. There's also rough gems and rocks. Rocks careless. I believe there's some amethyst in there and some turquoise and some other stuff in there. It's a big bag of big, 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 big. Ah, there's one here. I believe the main office is here in Ohio, but I know there's beauty salons that will cut your hair and send it to Wigs for Kids. And some places will even do your haircut free when you're donating. Oh, that shouldn't say pay dirt donation. What in the heck? Let me change that. But it's very simple to get in on this donation, Razz. It's $5 per entry, 20 for 5, 25 for 7 entries to either my Cash App or my my PayPal. Believes the links are down in the description. Sorry I don't have any music playing. I forgot to bring up my music player. I don't know where everyone's at. It's summertime. It's 6 o'clock on the West Coast, so I'm sure the West Coasters are just starting to hike out of the valleys and stuff from their days out prospecting or starting to head home from metal detecting or whatever. But we know it's fairly late here. Can you guys hear my dryer going? It was raining over here earlier this morning on my side of the state, Careless. And once we hit the mark for the donation, Raz, if we don't hit it tonight, it will continue tomorrow. And then, if need be, into Sunday. It will be a wheel of death. The last person standing will take this Morgan home with you. This one right here. And Yeah, they kind of did the fireworks uh, in one huge grand finale last night here in my town, Careless. Be between the rain showers and thunderstorms, and yeah, we just heard a slew of them go off, and they didn't make a real show of it. It was. That reminds me, Jeff, don't do that yet. It might work. I have to bring up my knife back. 'Cause I I was over at Swifties, Adventures with Swifties, 2,000 subscribers show to congratulate him and show Adventures with Swifty my support. So, hey, it is what it is. Oh, and my Nightbot is on a completely different live stream. What the heck? So I'm gonna part my Nightbot from the channel. it's it's on Tuesday's premiere. I decided since I'm on vacation that I'm gonna pull out old shows out of the archives of Tuesday Night Hangout Live, and it's still doing it, Jeff. It's still doing it. Why aren't you at the live that I'm live? Doggone it. I'm not liking this, so let me figure out another way to do this. I gotta think of another way to do it because evidently you read down below, which is very good. Read those descriptions. Hey, Alpine Gulch, how are you doing? But what the? What the? My Nightbot keeps going to Tuesday's premiere, and it's showing me that I could show you guys, but it shouldn't be. It should be going to the live that's present, going on now. Still doing it. Still doing it. For the love of Michael, I swear. I swear to goodness. Strange. 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 Hey, Jersey Ray, how you doing, Rach? Okay, let's see if it works because it had Alpine Gold, Chobo Rob, and Jersey Ray. but it was just active users, not so type in Morgan for your chance to win a spot. It isn't case sensitive, so just gotta redo it. All right. That you do, Jeff. Gotta read the fine print. Gotta read the fine print. And 7 entries for Jeff Otworth. I remember you won. Didn't you win the Carson City one I did a long time ago? Was that a Carson City? Or was it a San Francisco? Putting in your spots now. 2, 4, 6, 7 for Jeff Otworth. Yes, and Nightbot is working. Hobo Rob, you said it. I'll click you in there. So that's gonna be a little while before. Yeah, the 83 Carson City. Beautiful coin. And if I remember right, my grading of it was what NGC or PCGS graded it, if I remember right. Beautiful coin. Beautiful coin. I should have kept it. It was so beautiful. But I'm glad you won it, Jeff. I'm glad you won it. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's probably gonna send me a text. I knew it. I on my one big monitor, it always it always makes me it always sends me a text to verify I'm me, which I don't mind at all, because boy, the year my mom died and around there, every single one of my bank accounts got hit. I mean, hit. Someone was doing some evil to me for some reason. So I quadruple my security now. And make sure, try and keep things as safe as possible. Because gotta be careful with your information. And all right, Tracy. I'll get you in for 5 entries. I do have a link for Google spreadsheets there. I'm putting them straight in the wheel. I haven't put any on the spreadsheet at all yet. As MS63, I forgot what I was given it. I think it was MS62 through 64. I'd have to watch that again, Jeff. I have to watch that again. All right. All right. All right. All right. Now, those of you who have joined me for my live auctions and other Razzes know I never touch my silver with bare hands. But here's the obver or the reverse. Beautiful detail throughout. I'll get the microscope down more. There's the obverse. And I decided to use my OBS for this one because when I used StreamYards for the last one, I used different browsers for different cameras. I used my Brave browser for my microscope, and it was blurry no matter how much I tried to tune it in. But look at the beautiful detail on the rice, the leaves, the victory cap, the Liberty, what's that, crown or whatever. The strands in her hair. Beautiful detail on this coin. It's beautiful coin. Unfortunately, it's a 7 feather and not an 8, but look at all the detail in the chest of that eagle with the feathers and stuff. This is definitely, without a doubt in my book, it's bare minimum a MS62. Uh, I've I've gone over it pretty well with my magnifying glass and really searched um, the books for it. But here, let me see. Here, I'll come up. Hey Jeff, are you going to Gold Rush Days? I'll be there this year, and as most of the time, and I'll have a booth. The owner of Prospector's Dream, Dave Peterson, is going to be joining me at this year's Gold Rush Days at the beautiful Swank West lease of the Gold Prospectors Association of America, just outside of Belleville and Butler, Ohio, along the beautiful Clear Fork River. Let me come over and this is from NGC's website. It's New Orleans Mint. There's only 5,305,000 minted. Uh, it's 0.9 fine silver, weighs at 26.73 grams. The melt value is a little over $24. 24.20. But the numismatic value, the collecting value, um, is fine. At good, it's 42. Very good, it's 43. Fine, it's 44. Very fine's 49. Fine, extra fine is 50. This is not an extra fine coin. It's far beyond that. This coin is that, in my opinion, at a bare minimum, is an MS62. And right now it's booking for $160. At MS61, it's 130. MS60, it's 110. If you got a grader that gave it an MS63, it has a value as of today at $425. And if for some reason the grader was really generous and decided to grade it at MS64, it'd be a $1,300 coin. I don't know if you can see the number there that I have highlighted. But let me see here. Over here, this is PCGS's website here. $1880 New Orleans, Mint State. Wow. Just think if it was, no, it's under my head. Let me move myself about so you could see those numbers a little better. Here I am. If by a miracle it came up MS66, it'd be worth $200,000. MS65 is 15,000. Notice a little discrepancy between NGC and PCGS, because here for a Mint State 64 it's 1,700, and over here for a MS64 it's 1,300. I kind of like NGC. And PCGS's numbers better, but that's how it goes with grading companies. But out of all the grading companies out there, I always go with either NGC or PCGS. You plan on it? Cool, cool. Right now, so far, I have GoPro Unlimited with 1, Jeff Otworth with 7, Diggins Times Pass with 5 entries. Let me stop sharing this screen so I could check some accounts. But no there. No there. I'll probably, depending how things go, probably only run. Well, it's been 42 minutes already. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. We'll see how it goes. An hour and a half or so, and then I'll continue it tomorrow. Same time, 9 o'clock. Um, sorry, JP, I don't, but JP and I are cool because I usually have my auctions on Saturday with Mr. Lodak as my co-host, and we overlap with JP's bar, and he's cool with it. I don't like stepping on any of my friends' toes, but in today's world with live streaming, it's pretty hard not to be honest. Um, Unfortunately. Wonder why my chroma key's being kind of weird under my microscope. Get you all on the list that there's a spreadsheet for Google spreadsheets on in the description, which will have a list of everybody. You'll notice a red line on it, and that's pretty much my goal mark. Right now, I'm transferring names over there, if you're wondering what I'm doing. And my earpiece just fell out. It's not like I need it. I don't have a co-host or nothing with me, so if you want in that bag of gemstones, broken heart arrowheads are also going in on this deal. Shipping is included on all my Razzes. so far, getting there, almost halfway. Like I said, one for GoPro Unlimited, 5 for time digging times pass, and 7 for Jeff Otworth. I'd also like to promote my friend and old co-host, Rose Knows Treasure. She started a live stream on Mondays. I'm not sure how regular it will be, but I believe it's going to start being pretty regular, where she'll be live streaming on Mondays during Brewers Prospecting's old time slot. My microscope just fell. What do you want me to check again, Jeff? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. You sent 25. 7 spots. Diggins time pass sent for 5 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And GoPro Unlimited has 1. Oh, you did? Cash App or PayPal? I'll look at Cash App. Okay, I don't see it there. Okay. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, Jeff. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Maybe internet's slow. There it is. All right, Jeff Otworth with another 7 entries. Yes, 7 entries. Jersey Ray, if you're in here, I hope you're healing well. Seven, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. It's there now. No, actually, fortunately, it didn't touch the coin. Thank goodness. It's beautiful coin. Beautiful. I need to throw some more spit on the suction cup. Or clean my computer tower better. I have it stuck to my computer tower, and during every auction I'm like, I'm gonna make something where I could just slide it up and down instead of pulling it off, putting it back. You're in it to win it. Hey, Swifty, congratulations on the 2000. Greatly, it's a great milestone achievement. You're more than welcome, Swifty. More than welcome. Chris, how you doing? B3 Relic Recovery in the house. Nice live stream, Swifty. Too bad the internet was messing with it on your end. But that's the joys of live streaming. I've been live streaming now for a little over 7 years. And it's a learning curve. And when I started, there wasn't no restream, there wasn't any Zoom and capabilities to stream from Zoom. There wasn't StreamYards and stuff like that. There was what I'm on right now, OBS, and some other higher end, some other encoders. And StreamYards is a great tool, though. I do use it quite often. It's a very good tool for someone who wants to live stream. And if you need the watch hours, if your aim is for monetization and you need the watch hours, I would highly recommend live streaming. You could get those hours quickly and maintain those hours because it isn't just a one-time deal. You have to keep those hours every year. So, live streaming does it. You can accumulate a lot of watch time pretty quick by live streaming. And, fair notice, I do have a affiliate link down below for StreamYards. It is a great tool, easy to use, and with the paid versions, you could customize it to fit your needs. So I'd highly recommend it because OBS, even though it's a great tool, I use it for my auctions, I use it for Tuesday Night Hangout Live, and I use it most of the time I live stream, but there is a learning curve to it. Quite a big learning curve. And as you see, I use a green screen and chroma key, and with that, you can do it without a green screen on StreamYards, but it's always best to have it crisp to use a green screen. But on StreamYards, you don't necessarily need it. But with OBS, your lighting has to be really good, and you got to play with it to get it looking right. And I'm never happy when I rewatch my live streams. But then again, I am my own worst critic. Your first live stream on the third, Hobo Rob? Excellent. Excellent. Congratulations. Broke your cherry on live streaming. I absolutely love it, to be blunt with you guys, to be totally honest with you, because I have you all hanging out here with me, real time. Ew, I love live streaming. That's why I'm gonna take Tuesday night Hangout Live. It's my 7th year now. I'm gonna take it to minimum of 10 years, and we'll see how it goes from there. I'm already scheduling guests for when we start the 7th season on October 1st, and I'm looking forward to it. The first month of Tuesday Night Hangout Live is going to be about clubs, prospecting clubs and metal detecting clubs, treasure hunting clubs. And the place they have in our community and our lifestyle of gold prospecting and treasure hunting. Doesn't matter what finger you are in the treasure hunting hand. Clubs can play a big role in it. 1 year, 4 months. Congratulations, Swifty. One day it might be 7 years, but let me tell you, it's a lot of dedication. Yes, it was 100 times easier when I had Toledo, Jess, and Dano as co-hosts. It makes it a whole lot easier. Uh, it is a chore. It's There's some planning to it. There's some tweaks to it. It is a lot of work, and I'm proud to say, even though out of 6 years, I only missed 3 live shows, but I was in Washington for one and California for another, and driving home from California for the third one, and that was all around the time my mom died. I had to go back to the West Coast twice, and it's just a big cluster. Beep. So, but I'm proud to say, up until then, I never missed a show. I'd be sicker than a dog, but the show went on. And I let my bosses know. The show's important to me. If I'm sick, don't think I was faking it just because I went live on Tuesday night. Okay, Alpine. I can totally understand where you're coming from. All right, and Alpine has one entry. Gotta say, I like that name. Oh, did you like my short on Miner's Delight? I also think I have a couple on Wyoming, I believe. I've been trying to put out I've been trying to put out a short daily. The first month it was pretty easy. Um, I am using AI. I use what do I use? In video, I believe it is. In video AI to help me with my shorts. But you gotta type in the prompt what you want it to be about, the fonts, the narrator, and but I go out and I research it first. I collect all the pictures I can use uh, that are royalty free because I don't want to get nailed for a copyright, get a copyright notice, or a copyright strike. And I use historical sites and like the Library of Congress and some others, and where I could get copyright free um, photos for even the color ones for more modern stuffs. But I do my research. I look for the photos I want to use. Some places are a lot harder than others to get the photos you want to use. And then if I need to, I go in and I edit the script. If it has wording I don't like, you could change it. I use the free version, and that's why you'll see my logo uh, go on and off because I'm actually hiding their watermark with my logo. And then the shorts I make out of my Tuesday night hangout lives, I use another AI uh, generating site where they'll do the subtitles for me, and sometimes I gotta edit that too because you'd think AI'd be smarter than it is on some of them. But I've been having fun with those. Nice. Glad you like it. You have to click. I know it's different from laptop to desktop to your phone, but there's there's like emblems on the side. At least on my desktop, you'll see some emblems on the side, and the one that looks like a little like from a cartoon thing, like where someone's talking. You click on that and it will open up the chat, the comment section where you can comment on it. Joining the club near me was a great investment. I've learned a lot. They are a great investment. Um, the friends you meet, um, the the camaraderie with your fellow prospectors, metal detectorists, and treasure hunters is top notch. Is the friends you make, And like a newbie, any rookie, any greenhorn, I don't care. Metal detecting, prospecting, coin collecting, token collecting. It's best to join a club. You can learn a lot from other members. And I know, like in Ohio State Prospectors Association or the Buckeye chapter of the Gold Prospectors Association of America. And the great thing with the GPAA, the Gold Prospectors Association of America, you become a member to them, which it's national, coast to coast, border to border, and they have chapters all over. There's a chapter in Indiana, you could become a member there free of charge. You could become a Buckeye chapter here in Ohio free of charge. You could go down to Lucasville, Ohio, and become a member of the Tri State chapter down at the Spriggs lease on the Scioto River. And you could join multiple chapters free of charge, um, just for being a GPAA member. And if you're a newbie, I guarantee you there's someone there will say, "Oh man, you're new? Have you ever, if you were interested in dredging, I could say you come to Gold Rush Days. I'll be in my booth the whole time, promoting the channel, promoting the show, and promoting Dream Mat. I am not paid by Dream Mat. I use Dream Mat and I love Dream Mat, and that's why I promote Dream Mat. But I could hook you up with the dredger, and I guarantee you I could get you behind their nozzle. If I didn't sell my dredger to my YouTuber friend, if I didn't sell my dredge, I would put you on mine. Jersey Ray Diggs, if she's still in the house, she came and visited me at Gold Rush Days the first time she came, and I put her and her friends on my high banker and dredge, and they kind of took turns. Would show you people would be very much willing to show you how to properly set up a sluice, how to pan for gold, how to use a high banker, set it up, maybe even if they don't have it set up already. Use their dredge, and it's great to be able to glean that knowledge from older people in the lifestyle. And we do have metal detectorists in the Buckeye chapter. And at all our events, we do have a night hunt. Usually it's a night hunt, and it's put on by Sue Wise and Patrick O'Masters, and they do a really great job. I'm only bummed because I found some really cool coins during Fossick, um, but I lost my Walking Liberty. But I think a member found it. I don't know if I'll get it back though, but if I don't, oh well. But I'm kind of bummed because my friend JP Lunsmore gave me the walker, and I'm kind of bummed about that. But hopefully he'll give it back to me because I lost it and I was searching for it and I talked to people about it. But uh, the guy who found it's a friend of mine, so If he does, he does. If he don't, he don't. Hey, it is what it is. And I'm sure I'll get another walker. But I found some silver. I found some other goodies. Had a good time. They always have some good prizes and sponsors for giveaways. They usually always have a metal detector giveaway. All right, Rob, see you in a minute. Do you remember the blueberry bump? That was an old prospector blueberry. I forget his full nickname, but he was a GPAA member and he had his bump. It's pretty, it's a lot like our tapping. Uh, you'll hear Jeff Williams, like the Jeff Williams wiggle, or like Aaron will call it the shaker table, or what do you call it, Aaron, if you're still in here? But yeah, I remember the blueberry bum. Um, there's also another one where they move the pan a special way without tapping it, and it really drives the gold up to that edge where you want it. Okay. Ah, okay. There you go. Very good, Alpine Gulch. A bubble. Mm. My dad and I used to be members and watch their show. We got their pan. I like the Gold Catcher by GPAA, and that's who I watched. I watched. If you're talking about the Buzzard and Gold Fever, um, I that's who I was over at my foster brother Larry's house, Junior, and he's watching Gold Fever with the Buzzard, and I'm like, "What's this?" And he told me, and then I joined, and um, I met Tom Massey at a gold show in Washington State, and I had my youngest on a leash. And he was commenting me about that. Never got to meet the Buzzard, but I did meet his wife Wilma. I did meet some of the old characters from back in the day, and it was pretty cool. There's always something that could there's give and take with any club regardless. You just gotta glean the best out of it. But there's a lot of good people. And yeah, things change with every administration within a chapter. Um, but with my experiences with the GPAA and the Lost Dutchman's Mining Association have always been positive. But I've always had a pretty good rapport with Kevin Hoagland. I've worked with at numerous gold prospecting shows here in Ohio and Indiana. Um, a lot of times I worked in the gold panning booths. Had a great time. The GPAA pan, I believe's the Gold Catcher. I don't have one out here, but I have several in my shed, and I like both sizes. I personally, I really love the Gold Claws, the Prospector, the Pocket Claw, and the Production Claw. They have their place, but I think pretty much my favorite round pan for general prospecting would be the Blue Pioneer pan by Pioneer Prospecting Supplies out of Auburn, California. It reminds me a lot of the Klondike pan I had back in the 90s, um, which was a great pan in my opinion. My favorite finish pan is the Blue Falcon pan. I love it. I've I've had all kinds of pans throughout the years. I don't really like the Super Sluice because of the weight of it. Um, it's a good pan though. I can't complain much about it. Um, I do like their finish pan, that Aaron. Uh, I don't know if Aaron's still in the live chat, but gold is where you find it, formerly known as Rookie Gold Prospector. He uses the small Garrett finish pan quite a bit. I really actually like using the smaller pans. I take the bigger ones with me, with the 10-inch with me, and use it as a safety pan. I am a stickler for safety pans. I'm not gonna give gold back to the river that I've worked hard for here in Ohio, like some of my friends do out west. You know, Dan Hurd, Pioneer Polly. I often wonder how much gold they lose because they don't use safety pans. I use safety pins and I highly recommend it because there isn't a single thing out there that captures it all. And when I'm prospecting, before I set up my high banker or before I sold my dredge, set up my dredge, 99% of the time I would prospect. Before I did any form of mining, I would prospect. So I'm just doing quick pans to see where I have the most values to start digging and do my my actual mining. Thanks for reminding me of the names. Great memories. Yeah, like the preacher guy. Shoot. It's been that long. It's been that long. But yeah, then there was Riff Raff in there for a while. I actually met Riff Raff. Uh, where was it? Scott River Camp in Northern California. I met some of more of them. Met Tom Massey at a couple of the Lost Dutchman's camp, couple of times besides at the Gold Show. But out of all of them, Kevin Hoagland, I've had on the show on Tuesday night and out live twice now, I believe. Uh, it's been at least twice. I've worked with him numerous amounts of times at gold shows. Uh, him I know. He's a good guy. Uh, and he means well. He's packed full of metal detecting and prospecting knowledge. He worked for Mine Lab America for a long, long time. Keep digging. How you doing, girl? Good to see you. But I really loved Gold Fever with Tom Massey. But you know how it is. It's a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of history with infomercial for the club, which, hey, I could tolerate it. There was also Perry Massey's, which I like Tom Massey a lot more than I like Perry. And he had a show back when they owned the Outdoor Channel network, uh, Prospecting in America. They actually did a show at the Swank West property here in Ohio. Uh, it was a pretty good show, but Tom Massey, Perry Massey is nothing like Tom Massey, from my experience. I'm a Lost Dutchman's Mining Association member, where it's quite a bit more expensive than being a GPAA member, a lifetime member, but I get both of two worlds. I I get a lifetime GPAA membership with the LDMA membership. The LDMA properties, 90% of them are patented properties. And so the Burnt River Camp, the Blue Bucket Camp, those two in Oregon, Italian Bar in California, Scott River in California, Duesenberg in California, Staten in Arizona, Leadville in Colorado. They're all old patented mining properties that they own outright, and you can stay on them up to 6 months. Um, I believe Staten, Arizona, you can only stay up to 3 months there. They have full hookups if you travel in RVs, um, at a reasonable cost too. And you get all of the GPAA included in that. You become a life member to the GPAA. And, they have claims and leases, like I said, from coast to coast. And, you got to take everything with a grain of salt, you know. Not all chapters are run equally, and yes, they are affiliated with GPAA. They do have their home bases on GPAA leases, like try your wash is done in the dryer, honey. Pardon me. But like the Buckeye chapter's home lease is the Swank West lease. There's also the Swank East lease. Tends to have a little better gold. It's less visited. It's harder to get to, but it's not super hard to get to. The Swank West property is a beautiful manicured property with small pavilions and large pavilions and porta potties. And there the Buckeye chapter hosts their two major events a year. A little around Memorial Day weekend. It's the first meeting after Memorial Day weekend. They have the Fossick. And then every Labor Day weekend, they hold Gold Rush days. And I believe this year's like their 26th year of holding it. I could be wrong. But if you watch the short I put out today about the Belleville, Ohio Gold Rush in, what was it, 1872, somewhere around there. Uh, I showed the flyer for this year's um, Gold Rush days. Uh, the second scene from the last, because the last one's Bucky. He's a prospector Buckeye. Kind of looks like the Ohio State Buckeye dude. Whatever. I'm gonna check Cash App, see if anyone else has sent in anything. Going on an hour and a half. No new ones there. Bet you PayPal's gonna make me send me a text again. Of course they are. Better safe than sorry, though. Come on, man. Come on, man. Send it to me already. It's a little slow. I only have like one bar down here in my dungeon. See my live streams kind of being chaotic too. I hope it hasn't been too bad. I don't know if it's because I haven't been on that page over there. There it is. Check my PayPal. So I have U Alpine. I have um, Digging Times Past. And no newcomers. So I have one for Gold Pro Unlimited. Digging Times Past. Remember, hashtag Morgan in the live chat, because before I close the show for tonight to continue tomorrow, we're going to pick someone to get a free entry. So make sure to hashtag Morgan. Ringo, how you doing, Ringo? Ringo and Czar, aka Roman Ringo, or Ringo Roman, Roman Ringo, Roman with Ringo. I forget your other channel name, Ringo. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I do like the GPA Gold Pans, and we've been members for a long, long time. And everyone in it, remember, hashtag Morgan if you want in on it. few people left. Too bad. Because I'm going to roll it right now. Roman with Ringo. You're only in Michigan, Ringo. You might want to get in on it. Just hashtag Morgan. And you two keep digging it. Oh, you already did. Okay. So, because here in about 10 seconds. Ah, you're a good man, Ringo. um, there you go. There you go. All right, 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Nightbot. Who won the free spot for the Morgan? Jeff Otworth, are you still in the house? You won 1 more entry for the Morgan Dollar giveaway. So, Jeff, you have another entry, bringing you up to 15 entries. When we continue it, so right. But I am continuing it tomorrow night. So make sure you're here, Digging Times Past. All of you. I hope to see all of you. Because I'll be drawing another free entry tomorrow. And hopefully we'll get the winner tomorrow. We're really very close. We're really very close. And again, it's a beautiful, beautiful Morgan dollar. I would definitely say it's the bare minimum of a Mint State 62. It's 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 a beautiful piece of numismatic history. Am I enjoying my time off? Yes and no, Ringo. I know it hasn't even been a month yet, but I don't know if I'll be able to travel as much as I did last year. Tuesday night Hangout Live, I did solid for like 6 years. Last year I started taking summers off. Which I got to go up to the UP and do some beach mining with the Flower Gold Wizard. I ended up seeing 5 people that I actually knew. 4 of them were from Ohio. Actually, 6 people that I already knew. 4 were from Ohio, 2 were from Michigan. I got to see my friend Mike Pung, the inventor of the Gold Cube up there. Judy and I found some beautiful rocks out of the south shore of Lake Superior, and I came home with 1.4 grams of Lake Superior gold, and I just used the little micro banker from prospectorsdream.com, and it worked great. It worked great. Easy to backpack in, worked great, ran all day. Well, the 4.5 hours that I did run, but I ended up doing pretty good. Saw a lot of cool sights and stuff, and I got to go digging a bit more than normal. I I did get a promotion at work and I have a bit more responsibility, so that kind of digs into my time a little. But as you might have noticed, Ringo, I have a premiere for this coming Tuesday, uh, where I'm bringing out past shows out of the archives. It's going to be a rerun of the show with Dan Hurd. Um, it's the fat's kind of chewed off, trimmed off of it a little, so there isn't no 10-minute pre-show countdown. Uh, there, there will be a little countdown that's normal for a premiere. It will have a live chat. It's during my normal time slot. If I'm home and available, I will be in there with you, be able to keep a lot better eye on the chat than when we're live. Um, but I plan on doing that on Tuesdays this year and still have like the first quarter update, the second quarter update, or first third update, second third update, third update once a month during my normal time slot. And yeah, I'll be posting it like I have been. You'll see on my channel where I have the vacation thumbnail, and I will be posting that every week. Just to let you all know, I'm not going nowhere. I am here. I'm just taking a little break from Tuesday Night Hangout Live. I'm already working on guests for season 7 for 7 years. So, excellent. Look forward to seeing you in the live premiere chat, Ringo. And I'll be able to watch the show with you all from see it from your perspective and see where I need to do my job better as the host. Um, but you know, it's all good. I love doing the show and having all kinds of guests. But I believe October I'm gonna have Wayne. He's the president of the Maine Prospectors Association. It's not affiliated with GPAA. It's a statewide club up in Maine. He'll be my guest on October 1st. Then I'd like to get maybe like Weekend Prospectors president on from Dahlonega area or some other different chapters of the GPAA across the United States. You know, I'd like to first shows New England, you know, Maine, and then maybe the Southeast, Ohio, Michigan, Arizona, and have different clubs on and not just prospecting clubs because after all, Tuesday Night Hangout Live, it's for all treasure hunters. Many treasure hunters in the treasure fam hand, and each appendage has its part in the community. So I want to get some detectorist clubs in. Maybe I'll see if Deej could help me with getting the president of Michigan Metal Detectorists and talk to some other detectorist clubs and see what I could do about having different clubs come in for the month of October. Um, I'll probably have other inventors and manufacturers on, but they can be a bit you know, um, I got the word I want to use right there, but it just won't come out. A bit repetitious, but cool. I didn't get my GPAA mag, but I did get my California International California Mining Journal, which is another great uh, prospecting and mining magazine. Um, and um, I'll probably get Josh on again, who's the owner and executive editor of International California Mining Journal, back on, because he has a club also in the mother lode. So working but not working. Take it easy. Don't work too hard, Ringo. Still not a YouTube vacay, setting up premieres and doing these. It's not really a YouTube vacay. Because unfortunately, YouTube can be a vicious animal. And, even though I've been on YouTube now for a long, 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 long time, you guys might just forget about me if I totally went MIA for 3 months. So, yes, it'd be working but not working. Precisely, Ringo. I do have to keep some presence. I've held my time slot for 7 years, and I don't want someone to feel they could hop in it, but I all have to remember that digging times past. If we're not friends on Facebook, send me a friend's request, and maybe I could have you help me with being my liaison with them. Yeah, there's all kinds of changes with YouTube. They're forever changing, Ringo. Um, that's why I try and keep up with some content creator influencers like Dee and Nick Nimmin. They're probably my favorite, along with Daniel Patel. It's another favorite in that niche here on YouTube. Thank you, and they keep you up on things. Um, I'm not sure if that's a good omen that you won the free entry, Jeff. And welcome back. But I'll be continuing this tomorrow. Same time, 9 o'clock. That should put me about halfway through JP's bar. That way I'm not stepping on my friend JP's tails too much. I know he'd tell me don't worry about it because he tells me that every time I talk to him about it, which has been more than a couple. Um, but we'll continue tomorrow. Same time, 9 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock. I'll change out that video review, preview, or whatever that I have in front of this live stream post, and change the time on that. because I was going to do it at 8. Then I found out Swifty was going to be on, and I changed it to 9, and I sat in and gave Adventures with Swifty some support, and congratulations. If you want to wander up north to Michigan, or we wander to Ohio this summer, we'll let you know. Please do, Ringo. Just my email's on my channel about section. Send me an email. Let me know, and if we could make a meetup work, that'd be great. And I'll let you know if I head up to Michigan. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I'd be more apt to go up to Lake Superior again because Judy and I both really like it. But at the state park there, Muskaluga Lake or whatever state park, they're not allowing anything but gold panning for now. So I'm not going to sit there and just pan. Yeah, I'd look for agates and Petoskey stones or whatever they're called, or some copper float or whatever. But there's some mining history I'd like to visit up there on the peninsula of up in the copper country of the UP, and check out some of the old mines and stuff. They have a really rich copper mining history in the UP, and I would like to check it out more. We made it to the Wayne Dot to meet up with Jacob. Skip the Steubenville, Ohio ride. Wasn't that down by the Ohio River? They were searching that quarry. Jacob Grubbs. I'll probably have Jacob on too again because I really like supporting my friends in the search and recover uh, community, my friends over at Chaos Divers, Exploring with Nug, or with Adam Brown, Wrecked and Recovered. Some great guys. It's a shame what happened in the community with AWP, but I had a great visit with Sam the Adventure Man when I went to my mom's memorial service in Washington. I actually went into coma and had a really good day with Sam last June. Missed you by a month. Oh man. Yep, I was up there in July. The Pictured Rock area I'd like to check out though. All that area by the peninsula. I really love to check it out. Yeah, yeah. I watched some of the lives and stuff. I need to talk to Jacob to have him give me I know Jacob's busy, especially now that he has the boat from Waters Radar. They were great people when I met them in Tennessee. Um, Great people. I just missed Jacob there too. But I'll have to whisper in Jacob's ear. Let me know next time he gets closer to my neck of the woods. I believe he's still out of Southwest Illinois. But yeah, yeah. Kayaked around the Pictured Rocks. That'd be cool. In that area, what bay is that? Oh, what bay is that? I'm gonna check Cash App again while I'm here. Flipping through things. Okay, no new ones there. PayPal will make me get a text again. I about guarantee it. Yeah, forget it. But what what's that harbor there where they have a boat ride with a glass bottom boat where you go around the island, check out some waterfalls and a couple of sunken ships. We went up to the Shipwrecked Museum when we were up there in July. Went over and to the Uperlite store. I talked to Eric too and told him I was up there and gonna swing by, but I I should have communicated with him better because when I went to his store was closed and he was out of town. Uh, Yeah, we were around the Newberry area. We stayed in Newberry, but and we went up to Deer Park and Muscalon Muscalon Lake area. But I'd like to get over more towards uh what's that? Munsing area. South Bay area. I believe that's where Picture Rock is. And they have that glass bottom boat that goes to some sunken ships and goes around to some waterfalls and lighthouses around that island that's right there. What's that? Grand Island right there. But I'd really like to get up to uh, the peninsula and check out all the mines and stuff. And up there, there's a couple of falls I like to check out. Head up towards like where Voodoo Mountain is and Mount Bohemia ski area is. Eagle's Nest area and check out the Upper Peninsula. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think that's the same tour. It's a glass bottom boat, right? I, yeah, I'd love to check that out. I think that'd be so sweet. So cool. I really enjoy snorkeling and stuff, and if I had the money and the time, I'd get certified. I I was a licensed lifeguard at one time, so I'm no stranger to the water. Um, I wasn't a football player or a baseball player or anything like that. My sports in school, I grew up in Southern California. I was a typical Southern California beach bum surfer. Surfing was my religion. I swam. I was on my school's NSSA surfing team. I was on my water polo and swim team. I was in AAU water polo and swimming since about sixth grade. Um, had my life saving around 12 years old and my ocean life saving in my teens. But I'd love to get out to Isle Royale. You know, some say uh, some of the copper that fueled the Bronze Age in Europe and the Middle East came from the Lake Superior region and Isle Royale. Plus, there's a silver mine that was very, but that's actually in Canada. Silver Islet. Uh, there was actually a little island that had a silver mine on it, and I have a short about that too. But it's a lot of history. But they say there's been those who said that King Solomon um, had ships come over to the New World, and they believe some of the copper used in Solomon's temple and that helped fuel the Bronze Age actually came from the Americas. Log Slide Hill. Oh, I'll have to check that out. My son has a 26-foot offshore boat. Cool. When we were there, it was really calm. Could have kayaked it. Well, if you have a good sea kayak, they can take some pretty decent waves. But um, when I was up there, there wasn't, I know Great Lakes surfing times mostly winter. And yeah, there's the surfing community up on Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie. Not sure about Lake Huron, but um, Lake Superior during the winter time has some pretty nice waves, quite surfable. I know you could take the beach bum away from the beach, but you can't take the beach away from the beach bum. Oh, I think the biggest I've been out on was 20 foot digging times past. The scariest time was during Hurricane Norman. Um, that was kind of scary, but I did paddle out. Yeah, and I think it's very possible too, Alpine. I think it's very possible, and I think it's a legit theory. Um, because it wouldn't have been too hard, They come up, uh, what what river is that? The St. Lawrence River into the Great Lakes. Sure, they'd have a portage around some rapids and up around Niagara Falls and stuff. But they could portage, uh, come up the St. Lawrence River into Lake Ontario, then up through what's that? The Niagara River and portage around Niagara into Lake Erie, and then up. I'm sure there's a way to get from uh, like Lake Erie to Lake St. Clair into Huron Bay, or what's that on Lake Huron? Yeah, get into Lake Huron and up they can go, and all the way into Lake Superior because I know they all connect. And they've talked about Vikings settling Wisconsin and Minnesota, who actually went through the Great Lakes region also. Oh, well, you got to be very careful, you know. Without a wetsuit or a dry suit, I wouldn't want to fall in to Lake Superior. Hypothermia could come on quick, real quick. And any great body of water um, can change in a heartbeat. It's like when I was a kid, um, the first time I was on Lake Superior, I was pretty young. My dad was a school teacher, so every summer we would travel and he would take us to all these cool natural wonders and places of historic interest and stuff. And we were on the Canadian side of Lake Superior. The mosquitoes drove us out that year, and we actually took two cyclists out with us because, man, they were about carrying my little ass away. But I couldn't believe Lake Superior was a lake until I went into body surf. I'm like, no, it ain't no lake, Dad. It's I think we were up by the national park, Puckle Puckaskewa National Park. Somewhere we were camping in there, but I was young, and I'm looking at this body of water, and I'm telling my dad, "You're nuts! It ain't a lake. It's the ocean. There's waves. I'm gonna go body surf, Dad." So I took off and went in the lake, did a little body surfing, and I'm like, "Dad, you're right. It's fresh water. It don't taste like salt. It ain't salt water. It's a lake. You're right, Dad." Um, Paddling Michigan was a whole kayaked the rocks with. They are careful and will postpone the trip to another day if the water isn't calm enough. Was who we kayaked with. I think I saw advertisements for them. I took a really cool boat ride when I was up there too. Um, it was to the Root Beer Falls, the Tuck Tequan Tequanaman na 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 na. However, the beep you say that word falls. Um, but there was a riverboat tour. And when Judy and I was up there, the captain said it was his last year doing it. And hopefully someone bought it and it didn't go the way of the dodo bird. But there was like a half-hour train ride through the marsh and to their property on the river. And then we went down the river to the falls, and not right to the falls. They stop before they get to the falls, and you dock and you can hike to the falls. And Taquaminan. Yeah. Thank you, Dig Times Pass. Well, that ain't too bad. 46, first spot, 40 through the arch. That ain't too bad. Still cold for someone like me. I have like zero fat on my bones. So, but that was a really cool trip too. I do have some shorts and a video on that. I probably could have did better videos, but it was raining. Um, but yeah, but you got a cool train ride with it. I saw a bald eagle out there. Didn't see no bears, doggone it. But we went there, had a nice drive out to the shipwreck museum at Whitefish Point. Um, I liked it, but some of the people I talked to, I think they hyped it up a bit. uh, they were like, "Oh, it's a must see. You'll regret if you don't go there." But it was cool, but um, I think they could have charged a little less for the museum and stuff. But that whole thing was pretty cool. There's tons more places I'd like to see up there. But I also want to get to like Sleeping Bear Dunes and up to Traverse City and some other places. When Judy and I owned the Danger Zone Action Sporting Goods store, um, I I sold off mountain passes for Mad River Mountain here in Ohio, and I had discounts and stuff at a lot of different mountains like Boeing Highlands and Bowen uh, Mountain and some others, and we'd always take a group of people up to like Royal Oak to see Warren Miller movies, and then we'd always ski at like Mount Holly and stuff. There was a time, but lift tickets are so expensive. And for what we have here in this area, I don't really want to spend the money on gas, food, and lift tickets for my snowboarding or skiing. Maybe if I was back out west, I would, but and but when we had the Danger Zone Action Sporting Goods store, we get significant discounts, and at our home mountain, I had 2 free shop passes. Yeah, see, like there's there's one of them, the Danger Zone, one of my shop passes. That's from um, 0910, and this is 07 08, and they were season passes, and for for a long time I didn't have to pay for my ski and snowboard and hardly at all, and so we would go all the time, sometimes twice a week. We'd have everything loaded up, and when I got off work and Judy got off work, we had everything already in the rig, and we were gone. Get a couple hours of night riding in. and get back home. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll continue with this. And if all goes right, someone will be getting that butte in the mail along with this bag of dirt with all kinds of goodies in it. And you never know. I might throw in a couple other goodies in with it. Thanks again, everybody. Good night. May you always have a flash in your pan. And you know what I like to say, if you've been hanging around long enough, maybe one day too, I'll meet you on the river. Good night, Digging Times Past. Good night, Ringo. Good night, Alpine. For now, I'm out of here. Five, four, three, two, one.